Part-Time Nerds Episode 5. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back.
Yeah, this one's going to be a real interesting episode. Just to preface it, we are not in the happiest mood possible. Been going through some changes with the setup. We were trying to make it better, didn't quite work out.
It took us an hour to not get anywhere.
Yep. Part-time results.
Yeah, part-time effort, part-time results.
To give everyone a little context, Ray went a little rogue on me. Decided to buy 2 mics for the heck of it.
Because I thought I could make this dual USB mic setup work.
We were always planning on increasing the gear, but I told Ray, eventually I will get another mic for myself, so don't worry about it. And then all of a sudden I get a text from Ray a couple of days ago, hey, let's go, I got 2 mics. Whoa, what?
Well, we got to go analog with the mixer and the XRL cables. I mean, we're not there yet.
Yeah, that's a lot of talk.
I mean, that's what I don't know what to do. You know?
That's a lot of talk, but we spent the last hour and a half and we're back to the same old setup.
Yep. It'll work.
So, I know we don't have any genuine results for you, but we're going to try to sort it out in the next week or so and see what happens.
It's all about the content.
Well, on to the first topic of the day. This might be the first episode where me and you're walking in and, well, we don't know what we're going to talk about.
This is the 5th time we're winging it.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, okay. I mean, now we're admitting it, so.
Yeah. Oh, yep. Yeah, because we're so professional. It wasn't clear before that we were just going
with the flow.
Well, we had a little fun, a couple weeks ago talking about our disagreeing points about 24 frames per second movies.
Oh yeah, that's cinematic. Look.
Yep, we're still not agreeing on that, but that's part of the process.
The process.
Joel
Embiid. All right, this is gonna be good then for you basketball fans out there.
If you guys are basketball fans, hang tight. We might be covering that later on today.
Yeah.
Hence, the not sure what we're talking about so far.
We're not committing.
Okay, we're gonna commit now. Last week we were talking about Black Panther. Mm-hmm. I was not expecting us to be in disagreement with that movie.
I thought we were on the same page.
I thought the exact same thing. I thought
that's what was good.
I was so sure we were gonna be in agreement, but we weren't.
I thought you were gonna See, again, I don't hate the movie. I think it's just mediocre.
It was just due to the confinements of the rules we were playing with.
But man, I thought you were agreeing with me too.
No, I couldn't believe you said you did like it. There was a point in this week where I was just, sitting around thinking, I kind of got mad at you. I'm like, who the heck is this guy? What are you, racist, Ray?
No.
It had a good cultural message.
What kind of comment was that?
Stop making that joke. I gotta cut out so many of those instances.
No.
No. I'm over it.
You can't make that joke. That's an inside joke.
That's what I'm talking about.
Key appeal, ladies and gentlemen.
No, everybody knows that. Don't worry.
You think everyone knows that one?
Yeah.
I don't think that skit's as popular as you think it is. It's just
it's popular.
It's because we love that particular skit so much that it seems like it's popular.
All right, back on track. What are we going to be talking about for our first topic?
No, we're not back on track yet. I'm still on Black Panther.
Derailed.
Let me get out my thoughts on it.
Too many beers.
I don't understand how, with the amount of action that was in that movie, which was very minimal in terms of a Marvel movie. I don't understand how
the last act, the third act, there was just action.
It wasn't that long though.
No, it was pretty long. Well, I mean, the fact that it was bad made it seem like it was longer than it should have been.
Yeah, but in terms of percentage of acting time versus
I agree with you. The acting is amazing.
Yeah, but the acting time was so much longer, so much more of the movie. I don't see how that ratio can sway you towards the bad end of the spectrum.
Because it was just so bad.
It wasn't that bad.
It was bad.
You gotta learn
the only good parts of it again were the bodyguards.
But
and the ritual fights. Those were good.
Fine, I'm gonna let it go. We're letting Black Panther go. But on the heels of that, more disagreement. This week, I wanted to cover the new God of War, the new direction that they're taking that franchise.
Okay.
So tell me, Ray, what are your feelings on it?
I'm interested in this one. I actually haven't touched the full trilogy. I've only played a little bit of 2 and 3, and that's it. That's why I guess I'm liking this one more. That's
the difference between us, because I've been a God of War trilogy fan the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And my feelings on it is this one is kind of the direction they're taking. It seems like it might ruin the franchise for me.
I think they're just trying to switch it up because of all the games they've already released. Because they had the 3, but then they also had a lot of side projects with the PSP games or whatever.
Yeah, there was the God of War games, and there's PSP. Yep. So they do have a lot of games in that particular franchise. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing: they're turning it to a third-person camera-controlled action. Mm-hmm. It seems like every single first-party Sony product is that type of game already. You got Uncharted. You got freaking Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know what else. You got Last of Us. They all play differently though. No.
Yeah, because Horizon's more of that action adventure open world type of game.
Yep.
What was the other one you mentioned?
Last of Us.
Last of Us is more of a down the line path, non-open world, story driven game.
Well, the way I see it is you're talking about kind of like the
Mechanics
ambiance.
of the gameplay, and
But I feel like the mechanics are the same. Like all the first parties are controlled as a third person camera thing. And it's just in this day and age, there's so few like third person action games left that are still like maintaining, you know, their good name. Ninja Gaiden's gone to crap. Devil May Cry, I don't know what's going on with there. Bayonetta's the one.
you know it's coming. You know
I don't know it's coming.
No, the rumors are there. It's coming.
Anyways, Bayonetta is great, but
Bayonetta 3 is coming.
But it's become kind of a Nintendo exclusive, which I don't have access to. I get that this type of genre is not that popular anymore. I don't know if it was ever popular. I was always in love with it, so it was always my kind of game.
How would you describe that genre? Like a hack and slash or what?
Third person hack and slash is
Okay.
the way I would say it. Yep.
No, but those 3 games are different. Like Horizon Zero Dawn is similar to Breath of the Wild, where it's just an open world game. You got the arrow, you got different mechanics with how you interact with the environment
I
and the
get
enemies.
I get that you're saying that concept of world exploration is different between those 3, but I'm saying they all control the same. And I don't feel like it's different enough for you to justify taking something out of its context.
Disagree. They don't control the same at all. Okay. Last of Us is more blocky. Horizon Zero Dawn is more of like Zelda, where you have that fluid control. So I don't know how it's know how it's different in that way.
Here's what it sounds like. To throw that into the mix, I know this isn't a Sony property, but to throw in, you know, the biggest comparison, Dark Souls, into that mix.
Yeah.
Left stick movement, right stick camera control. Your main attack is the triggers.
Yeah.
That's the connection I'm making between all of these games. And I get that there's a lot of like minute differences, but it sounds like to me you can sense all the difference between all of these games because you're a fan of these games.
But everything is a nuance, because then what? You're going to divide it up as there's a first-person game and third-person game. There's only 2 types of games. Is that how you're dividing it up then?
No, but
That's what I'm saying, because the way you're arguing, it's
I'm
there's
trying
a
to-
first-person game and there's a third-person game.
okay, say if we're talking on that level,
Yeah.
would you agree that there's way more of those third-person games than there are like an action adventure game? And I don't like the shift of taking a genre that's already very small in terms of like number of games and moving it to a way more popular genre, because we got plenty of those. I don't feel like we need more properties in that kind of category.
No, I agree. There's too many of these third world open games.
Stop saying that third person.
Third person open world games. You know
it says
why? Because
third-person
everyone
open
is
world.
buying them.
You mean?
The only reason why is because it's selling and it's popular. That's why they're making those games.
And I agree with that. And what hurts me on a personal level is
Yeah.
that they're taking something out of the genre I love
Yeah.
and throwing it into the genre that everyone else is already playing. And it's like
Yeah.
you're taking a smaller pot and giving it to a bigger crowd.
Yeah, but the thing is,
And that
you
just-
gotta think about the team. They're tired of it. That's the only reason why I could see them going that route. They want to just try something different. That's the only reason. It just happens to
See, it
align with the popular type of game right now.
I agree with you that they want to try something different in terms of what they've done. But I don't feel like they're innovating in terms of like that genre has already existed and there's so much saturation in that genre already. I don't see how them as, you know, game devs in general, I don't see how this is really going to help, you know, move forward, you know, gaming in general.
Yeah, I think, no, at this point, it's just more about iterating on a type of genre that already has a solid foundation. They want to get in the mix and just give their spin on it. And then now, it's a God of War with more character instead of, even though that's the type of
we
God
will
of War.
touch on that. That's another really strong sticking point with me, but
The thing
finish your
is,
thought.
yeah, the point is, they want to try that now. They've done 3 mainline God of Wars that are that type of game, and then the PSP side. Now they want to try the more personal, story-driven type of game,
Yeah.
where they have a relationship between the son and the father, and just, I don't know.
Yeah, okay, but explain to me, if that team wants to explore storytelling in terms of that direction, why do they have to do it with an existing property? Why can't they make a brand new property and make it what it is? I don't feel
Because
like
they love that property.
Yeah.
And then they were able to differentiate it by saying, okay, he's old now, and then they're trying to incorporate a different mythology with it.
I would argue that this move is anti-love of that property because I feel like they're changing the property so much they're losing the sense of what it is in the first place.
I don't know. We're going to have to see and play it. You got to play it first.
Yeah, this is all speculation. We don't know, but the thing is, to touch on your point with changing his character completely. Now, I played pretty much every single God of War that's already been made, all the PSPs, all the PS3 games. The only one I haven't played is God of War Ascension, but I've heard not too great things about that game particularly. So
I don't even think they weren't made by the Santa Monica team.
nope.
They were all just,
God of War Ascension
yeah.
was a third party game.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to that whole emulating the feel without emulating the love for the franchise. But my point is that going back with the God of War, I always felt like, God damn it. Ray's making this motion of just
I'm
this,
trying to
this
get
big
hype.
buff dude,
I gotta try to get hype. I'm trying
no
to get hype.
emotion, just going wrecking shop instead of caring about anything.
You want to see another side of Kratos?
A lot of people have been saying they're really interested in this new God of War. I'll grant that. There's been a lot of buzz about it. But here's the thing. Everyone that's hyped up on this game has prefaced that statement with, oh, this sounds amazing. Oh, I've never touched the previous God of Wars. I wasn't interested in that. But this particular change sounds great.
I know,
And
that's the reason.
that's
They're
the
interested
reason.
now.
So you can understand from a perspective of
Yeah.
an actual fan of the franchise why I wouldn't be okay with
No,
that.
but the point is, with this trilogy or whatever franchise now they can cultivate more fans.
They can cultivate new fans, but I feel like they're throwing out their old fan base.
I think they could capture the old fans as well.
I
We
have
haven't
not
played the game.
I have not heard a single previous fan that's excited for this change. And I get that, people are resistant to change on that. But, okay, to my point.
Yeah, like with anything else.
God of War to the fans has never just been like this it was never about the combat. The combat is okay. It's all right to the average casual person. People who actually like not action adventure. We keep changing our...
Yeah, or their genre title.
Let's settle this.
What are we going to call it?
Hack and slash. Let's go with hack and slash
Hack and
for the
slash
sake of...
versus...
This is 3D hack and slash versus the bad way.
We'll call it just open third person open world.
We'll say hack and slash versus camera control.
No, it's third person open world game. That's like all
Third
the
person,
games.
that's too long. Let's do hack and slash versus.
That's what it is, though. It's a third person over the shoulder. That's what a third person.
Over the shoulder. I'm
Open
okay with
world.
that. Over the shoulder. Hack and slash versus third person over the shoulder, or just over the shoulder.
No, but with God of War, it's different. They're going super over the shoulder, even more so than Last of Us.
yeah, like
So
the
they're-
camera is sitting on his shoulder.
Yeah,
it's not like zoomed in.
It's not like The Legend of Zelda or Horizon, where it's just you can see the whole body.
Yeah. Well, I already forgot the point I was trying to make. Okay. Fans of the series don't love it for the hack and slash. We think the hack and slash is okay. Some people like it.
Yeah.
Some people don't. But the love of it came out of the puzzles. The puzzles were not necessarily the most hard in terms of your thinking and everything. But on a personal level, I always felt like the way you manipulated the world and just the sheer epicness of the puzzles.
You
It's
don't think
weird.
they could do that in this game, or what's the reason for?
I don't think they can do that in this game. The reason is a lot of the God of War puzzles before were dependent on the third person perspective in terms of how doing this action over here affects the room all the way across the map. And I feel like you can't really do that if you're controlling the camera all the time.
I don't think you're giving these great developers enough credit for something simple as that.
No.
They could do it.
We'll see.
If a team wants to make a great puzzle, they can do it. So it just all depends on the talent of the team.
So far in all the trailers, all we've seen is actions. I just have to go based off of what I see.
Because you can't really sell a game on puzzles.
Okay, you have a lot more experience than I do in terms of puzzles, like these other games, like say Dark Souls. Are there puzzles in Dark Souls? Not Dark Souls. Bloodborne. You play Bloodborne.
No, it's not about the puzzles. No puzzles.
It's not about the puzzles. That's what I'm afraid of. They're gonna go down this direction and
Okay.
just abandon.
Okay, that's what I didn't know you were. That's what you're afraid. Okay.
I'm afraid they're gonna abandon puzzles and just do this. I don't want to say janky combat because a lot of people love it. It's more about timing than reflexes. Is the way I like to put it. Would you agree with that?
They go hand in hand, timing and reflex. Like in Bloodborne and Dark Souls, you need that timing, but you also need reflexes to react sometimes. Timing when you know
Yeah,
the
fair
pattern
enough.
of the boss, but reflex when you see something coming and all of a sudden you just, you have the reflex to evade.
Fair enough. I was thinking more of character juggling, keeping your combo going.
Oh, okay.
But fair enough. You know a lot more
Okay.
about the games. I'm not
That's
going to
what you
argue with that point. But I'm worried about them abandoning the whole puzzles because seriously, how many shit trailers have they shown? Like 3, 4? And they did like a 20-minute walkthrough of the actual game. Not a single puzzle in there. Just a bunch of quick time events and that walking simulator. That's
I
another
don't
thing.
think there was a quick time.
It wasn't a quick time?
There's no quick time.
Yeah, there was. When he was fighting that big troll thing on the ice, you had to
Oh,
use,
you're right.
use the
Sorry,
little
you're right.
son.
Yeah.
His son shooting the arrow. That's a quick time
It's
event.
because that's how you market something. You show the action, and then when you
Yeah.
do the slow walks, you're showing, oh, look at this horizon, this environment. Let's show off the graphic power and fidelity we were able to do with what we have.
I get that works as a marketing term, but in all honesty, in terms of like these parts of games where you lose all control, all you do is walk in and see the scenery, it feels like they're taking control out of the player, and I'm actually getting kind of sick of that.
I think I think they had control.
No, they had the control, but all they could do was walk.
Oh yeah,
It's not like they can swap out their inventory.
they were
or do
trying to be
anything.
cinematic.
Yeah. And
It
here's
was
the
a
thing.
short cut.
Those cinematic scenes where you'll lose all control short of just walking, it feels like an unskippable cutscene. Like, say, I get that they're trying to build this ambiance for the first playthrough, but say God of War's always been a game that I like to play through for a second time. But when you have these walking scenes, when you play through a second time and you get to these scenes
Oh,
that
no,
you
yeah,
can't
I
skip,
understand.
you're just walking through. I'm sure that's happened for you in like Metal Gear.
no, for me, that emulates The Last of Us the most. I'm not going to play The Last of Us again.
Because the first
It's all
half
about-
hour is walking.
No, it's all about the story for that game. So once you play it once, you've already seen it. I mean, the combat and everything is fun, but I've played that game once. I want to play the second one now.
I've never been okay with the idea of paying full price for a game, $60, and you get what you get out of it. I want replayability.
Okay.
Maybe that's not what they're going for. Maybe I'm
No,
not
that's
their
fine.
target audience. But again,
Some people want replayability.
as a fan of the series, I feel like they should consider me as part of their target audience. It feels like they're not.
It's just $60 is not that much if you think about how much effort these guys put in and how many people are involved in the game itself. And how $60 has been the price of a video game since, I don't know, 2003, 2004. With
Prices.
inflation, it's still $60. It should actually be raised, which I think
enough.
is going to happen in the next generation.
Fair enough. That price thing. Maybe.
And that's why microtransactions and loot boxes are just everywhere because they're like, we got to make money somewhere else. Because if we raise video game prices right now, we're just going to get backlash from people, even though inflation's apparently not a thing.
That's the one thing that video games had for the last. They've been around for what, 40 years? In those 40 years, the price has only gone up $10. So
And when they raised that from 50 to 60,
people lost their mind.
so they're like, how are we supposed to do this? It's amazing that it hasn't gone up yet.
Okay, fair enough.
But at the same time,
you've won me over on the
microtransactions.
value argument. Okay, scratch the whole price thing. Replayability is just
No,
something
yeah, I
that I
understand.
value. Just separate a price. It's just something I value.
That's true.
And there feels like they're taking away from me. Fair
I
enough.
get it.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Because, this sounds like a game that's going to be I want to play it once, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, walkie, artsy, not a fan. I would rather have them do it in a cutscene where I could just skip past it. I would never skip a cutscene first playthrough, but on subsequent playthroughs,
See, the thing
not
with
so
me,
much.
there's so many good games. I'm not going to play another game again once I finish it. It's so tough.
Do you rewatch movies or
Already.
TV shows once you've seen them?
Yeah.
Why are games different for you?
They're longer. They're not just 2 hours or a quick watch.
Let me put it this way. They're longer, fair enough. But in terms of sheer volume, there's a lot of TV shows out there. There's a lot of movies out there. There's a bunch of stuff you want to watch, but you never get around to it because you're always busy rewatching stuff sometimes. That's definitely the case for me. I don't know if it's the case for you. I'm rewatching stuff all the time.
It's more so I'm rewatching stuff because it's comfort food, and I'm like, I only got an hour. What am I? I'll just watch. I'm searching through Netflix,
Well,
and at
there
the end
you
of the
go.
day, you know what? Screw it. I'll
Yep.
just play this.
Comfort food's a good comparison. I feel that same way about replaying video games.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. That's why all these remasters are great because then comfort food, boom. All these kids these days in junior high and high school, they're so lucky. They have all this time. There's so many good games right now. 2017 and then 2018 lineup. They have so much time in the world.
Well, that's why
We're
can't.
adults now. We can't play anything. it's not fair.
It's fair enough. Whatever.
No, it's not fair.
Well, I mean, on the other hand, they
Yeah.
don't have the means to get as many games as we do.
Take that.
Well,
Everything's balanced.
it's not balanced. They still have more time in aggregate to play games.
Damn it.
We
Never
do.
mind. No balance. We need a patch. We need
Okay.
a patch in life.
Life patch.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you. What are you trying to say about God of War?
Well, you didn't interrupt me. I wanted to shift to another point of my contention against God of War. Throughout the original series, not just the trilogy, but all the PSP games,
Yeah.
the original series was never just about Kratos. It was about building that whole epic world. All the characters, Zeus, Ares, Athena. It's kind of strange because they built a whole world around it, and humans are just irrelevant to that story. It was just kind of experience of seeing their take on Greek mythology.
Yeah, so
Every
cool.
single game, they would bring in new characters that, like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's how they interpret Hermes. That's how they interpret Hercules. That's how they interpret, oh, shoot, there was this one really good cameo character. Perseus.
Oh,
Was it Perseus?
I don't know. I haven't played. You're the one.
So Perseus, what it was is that they brought in Perseus, but the guy who voiced Perseus was the same person that played him in the original Clash of the Titans.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yes.
that's pretty sick.
I can't remember
That's
the name
cool.
for the life of me. It's gonna drive me
That's
nuts.
nice.
But if anyone's in the know, that's like one of the greatest cameos in video game history, in my opinion. And here's the thing: Hercules was also voiced by the guy who played Hercules
In Disney.
No, the guy who
Oh,
played Hercules was the guy who played Hercules in the original show. That was kind of the prelude to Xena Warrior Princess.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
No way.
Xena was a spin-off of the Hercules series.
No, yeah, but I mean the Hercules actor. Are you serious?
He's the one that voiced Hercules in
that's
God of War
cool.
3.
Oh, that's sick.
So it's clear that the developers always had a love of like the source material.
Yeah.
So that was one of the greatest things. Just it was an ensemble
Yeah.
thing, world, character, and it was never Kratos. Kratos always seemed like the least interesting character.
Yeah.
I want to say.
No,
but,
yeah, that's exactly why people are excited
but
about this one.
he wasn't just like a one-dimensional kind of guy. The thing about the first God of War 1 was it was a very slow-paced burn. Kratos has always been an angry guy. But the way the first game played out, it was very slow-paced. It showed you how he got to where he was. It was a very slow burn in terms of like this event happened, led to this event, led to this event. So you got to understand why over the course of the game
Why
up
he's
to where you're
angry.
at, why he got progressively angrier and angrier.
Yeah, but I believe that's people are just. We understand you're angry now, so they just want another perspective.
But the new fans don't understand that because they've never played the original games. New fans just assume that he's always been this angry one-dimensional guy, and that's what he is.
No,
and
they
that's
understand it.
No, I don't think so.
No, they understand that they're angry.
They
Think about it.
understand-
You just said there's 3 to 6 games. Even the developer like, we're tired. Let's try something different.
They understand he's angry, but they don't have an attachment as to why he's angry. So
Yeah.
going
No, I
back to the
understand.
love of
That's
series,
fine.
that's fine.
It's just
And then-
when are you gonna stop it then?
Yep.
Like after the 8th game? Like I don't know. When are you
don't
gonna
know.
stop being angry? They're just trying to something else.
You know what? My overall point is I would have been okay if they left the God of War franchise exactly where it's at. No more new games. And whatever they're doing now, I would have been fine with them starting a new IP and leave God of War alone.
You could see it as them. I think they stated this in an interview before too. They see the old series as a trilogy. That's one half of Kratos. This next one is a completely different one, and they're gonna understand that the people who like the third one will not like this one.
The thing about the original trilogy is
The new
at the
Kratos.
end of the third game, Kratos' story was done. Wrapped up. Perfect. And I don't want to get into spoilers, but Kratos' stories end.
Wait, should we spoil?
And no,
Okay.
because my hope is that this podcast gets people to go back and play the first 3 games.
It's tough when okay.
Fine. They're gonna do a re-release. I can guarantee it.
Oh yeah. Right.
Once God of War comes out, it's all big. People are gonna do a re-release, and everyone's
Oh yeah,
gonna be
they
like,
should. They should do a remaster for the PlayStation, like 1, 2, 3.
I think they did it for PS3.
Yeah, but I'm saying PS4
and
1,
then
2, 3 collection type of thing.
They did 3 remake for a PS4. Yep. But the end of the God of War 3, it's Kratos' stories ends, and then like mankind has a chance for a new start.
Yeah.
That's the premise. But
That's cool.
Kratos'
That's his
stories
trilogy.
is
That's
end.
cool.
I don't feel like it felt like anyone had to reach back into the catacombs and pull this story out of the dust and finish it. It's not a Halo 3 situation where you need to finish the fight. The fight's done.
No, but that's why he feels like that's why you hate it. It's like a new character.
It's like a new character, but
Exactly.
he doesn't need to
so
be a new
it's
character.
separated. It's
His
a
story
fine
is
line
done.
between the old trilogy and then whatever this next franchise is going to be.
I don't like the fact that they're using the God of War IP.
Okay, I guess that's your argument. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. But God of War is very near and dear. It's nowhere near.
I think it's cool. Angry Kratos, and then this old school. I mean, not old school. Old guy Kratos.
Dad of War.
Dad of War. Oh.
I didn't come up with that phrase. Just FYI. Everyone's calling him Dad of War. But I'm not done with God of War.
But you have like 6 of them. What do you mean you're not done? You want more?
No, I'm
Call of Duty,
No,
I
no,
don't
no.
know.
I'm done playing God of War, but
Yeah.
I'm not done with this
So
argument.
you just don't like how they're using that property.
Don't touch my sacred cow.
Okay, I see.
Don't touch my sacred cow as a cash out. It does kind of feel like a cash out to
Yeah,
me.
it sucks because look at Call of Duty. You know, there's so many of them. Mm-hmm. They're just trying to fine line. This is the old. We understand the old trilogy. We respect the fans' opinions, but we want to try this new style for this new trilogy or whatever it's going to be.
If you're gonna change so much about the basis of what it is, why can't you just do a new IP since you're making all these changes already?
The thing is, you got to give them a chance to explain themselves with this game. If this game sucks, then you're right. If they can explain it somehow through the story of how this all plays out,
Okay,
and then
wasn't
we'll
it
see.
Sony Santa Monica?
Yeah, I think the Santa Monica studio. Yeah,
This is Sony's.
Sony Santa Monica.
They
I
don't
wanna
need
sneeze the
they
name.
don't need to ride the wave of popularity from any of their prior games. They're a big enough studio where they can handle building this new product.
The thing is, I don't think Sony's gonna let them. I don't think they have a say.
Okay, I can't hold that against them. There's no way that Sony, proper went to Sony Santa Monica and forced them to make a new God of War game. They haven't made one in like what,
true.
5-6 years.
No, because I think they
Sony
have
out of nowhere didn't just come up to that team like, no, you have to make a God of War now.
Because I want to say Sony Santa Monica has another studio that they make those MLB games, MLB The Show games.
I don't think that would have been the reason why they just like, oh, we're bored. I don't like it. You don't need to ride
like
the coattails
change.
of your. Wow.
No, I'm just. Oh no, I understand.
I'm fine with change. Just don't try to change the past.
They're not. That's why they have this fine line.
They're reaching into the past to make the change.
But that's why they're making him like a completely new character, where he just feels he looks weaker. He's older, so he's a new guy. God of War.
He plays different. He acts different.
Yeah.
None of his prior relationships with any of the characters.
So it's
released.
interesting.
If all these changes exist, where the story basically is completely disconnected.
No, that's why we're gonna see how this works.
The story's so disconnected. Why do you have to even use the same character?
No, that's the thing.
Why do you, okay? Scratch.
Because
why
of
do you
how
have
the
to use,
game
Why do
works.
you have to use the same character
Because
name?
the mechanics,
the mechanics are different
in the world.
Yeah, it's all different. So why are you using the same character name?
Because it's God of War. Why would you not?
It's not God of War. That's my point.
No. That's another God of War. I'm trying to think of another franchise where you got this young one, you got the old one, but it's completely different where you have two separate fan bases. I can't think of one.
You can't think of one because it's never worked.
I guess, yeah, that's your fear. But if it works, then what? But then again, you have that preconceived notion or preconceived...
No, I think I'm really gonna try to give this one a fair shot.
But then...
Ladies and gentlemen,
that might hurt it though. That you're trying so hard, and then if it'll fail even harder. Then I don't know. It's gonna be hard.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a part where we kind of do a little shilling.
This is good. This is
just
good.
an FYI. The reason why we're caring so much about God of War is that we are thinking God of War 4 might be our first attempt at doing a live stream.
Oh yeah, let's expand on this.
We want to start a Twitch account. So hopefully we have enough time, build enough viewership where some of you will join us on our stream for God of War. And you can listen to me bitch about it the whole time while Ray's just playing.
What about Uncharted 4?
Uncharted 4 at this point is not time sensitive. God of War is.
Oh man.
We'll get to Uncharted 4.
God of War is a sure thing. We'll just throw Uncharted 4 as a maybe in there.
No, Uncharted 4 is a positive, but we just gotta finish Uncharted 3.
We just don't have a definite timeline. But God of War is happening.
Yep.
It comes out on a Friday.
It comes out on a Friday.
Just letting you know.
At the time of recording, it's 2 months removed from now. So
yeah. Oof.
We better get on it. But the thing about Uncharted 4 is we can't do that until we finish Uncharted 4. Until we finish Uncharted 3. And me and Ray have been trying to finish Uncharted 3 for 2 years.
Yeah, see, there's this great social video service that Google provides called YouTube. And
we're not doing that.
Could watch the story and cutscenes play out on this said service.
No, it's not the same. It's not
the same. I know.
Here's the thing. It's not a bad game. It's
not.
It's as fun as it's always been.
There's
but
no
we just can't wrap our head around the attention span to do it.
To make this podcast. There's no time.
Yeah, actually, we were planning on hitting it real hard, and then all of a sudden we're like, hey. Let's do a podcast instead.
Yeah, and then we can't play too late because we just get tired. It doesn't do the game justice. It doesn't give it a fair shot.
Yeah, so in the last 2 years we played a total of an hour and a half.
Wait, no, it's more than that.
No, I don't
it's
think
funny
so.
because we rolled through 1 and 2.
Okay. Uncharted 1, we started separately. I started on my PS3, Ray played on PS4, and then we realized we were playing it at the same time. We're like, oh, what are we doing? We should just play together. Huh. And then that's what we did. We ran through half of Uncharted 1 together.
Half?
I think about half.
Well, we played it together.
We played more together, but part of it was you catching up to where I was.
I see.
And then we played Uncharted 2 over the course of 1 weekend.
Whew, that was a good one.
The
train scene?
We stayed up for 3 nights straight, and we just plowed through it.
Plowed it.
I think that's part of the problem is because we burned through Uncharted 2 so quick that we're like
1 and 2.
Yeah, and then when it came time to do Uncharted 3, I'm like, I think
kind of burnt out.
We need a break, and then that break turned to 2 years of doing nothing about it.
Yeah, because then now it's treating it like work, a task or something.
It's not work.
I know, but that's how we're treating it. Like, we got to get through it. We should just have fun with it.
I want to be clear. This game is very fun.
Yeah,
it is.
That's why it's.
We can't.
We're not doing it. We can't play it super late. We're not doing it justice.
But point being is we're gonna do God of War 4.
Yeah,
4. It's not 4.
No,
God of War.
We just say God of War 4 just to distinguish which game this is.
Okay, God of War 4.
The fourth mainline game.
And then once we have the opportunity to finish Uncharted 3, we will stream Uncharted 4 as well. Because the thing is, Ray has his PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
And he also has the OLED TV, HDR.
You have one too. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I don't have a PS4.
Oh, okay.
That's the reason why we never got around to it. Now we have the combo, and
you have the laptop.
We have to utilize both and do it.
Yeah, we gotta.
What the heck is that? You don't have a laptop? Come on, dude.
I do have.
You have a MacBook.
Yeah, 2008 MacBook.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's not even.
That's 10 years old. You realize that now?
I mean, I'm just waiting for the next time to upgrade.
Do you think you're ever gonna go back to a MacBook, or do you think your next computer's gonna be
at this state? No. But I mean. Depends where this thing goes, because that'd be so cool to video edit, and I don't know, we'll see. But then they have to make a good laptop. I mean, when's the last good laptop Apple made?
But you think your next computer is going to be a Windows? Or your next laptop, I mean, you already have a Windows.
No, I want it to be a MacBook, just so I have the best of both worlds.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But they're not making anything good right now, so.
And segue back to God of War.
Final cut, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
God of War, though.
Yeah. Yeah, back to God of War 4. That's kind of my thoughts on it. I know I have other problems with it, but I can't think of it at the moment. Oh, okay. They've gone so far in changing the character.
Yeah.
They've even gone and changed the voice actor. They changed the voice actor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they felt like the old guy was too,
too distinct. Yeah.
And
you distinguish. You relate him to the angry old God of War.
Yeah, fair enough.
They want to try and divide that line.
And okay, going back to your point about the third person camera being so super zoomed in.
Yeah, like some kind of cinematic thing. Yeah.
I think that is a
super over the shoulder.
It's a pragmatic move in terms of zooming in the camera because that way they have to render less in terms of graphics. Cynical person that I am, I think that's the reason. But with that type of game, when you're so zoomed in into the action,
it's kind of cool. You have to know your surroundings. You can't.
When you
can't just rotate the stick with your camera and like, oh yeah, he's right there.
Fair enough. But when you're zoomed in that far, it starts feeling like a Jason Bourne movie. Where every move you do is like a camera shake.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's all up to these devs to execute. We'll see. That's why it's exciting.
From what I've seen with like what the gameplay is, not impressed.
Yeah, they didn't show much.
Yeah, I get that it might be more skillful depending on what games you're good at.
Oh, see, yeah, that's the thing. It's similar to a Bloodborne. Right?
I'm not
Bloodborne. Bloodborne, Dark Souls.
One type of game style isn't hard in the other game. It's just different people for different. Yeah, it's just wired for different people.
It all depends. Yeah,
but I don't think it's as fun to watch as say like a Ninja Gaiden where you're like juggling like.
Oh no, yeah, that's just over the top. Yeah, I understand. There's no story I care about.
Fair enough. There's no story.
Obviously, if you like the mechanics, it's gonna be fun. But I'll like it, and then after an hour, I'm like, all right, I think I had enough of this.
Speaking to your point of story, I've done some thinking this week, and I'm looking back. I've never been one much for video game stories. I've never skipped past them.
That's a huge factor.
No, let me finish my thought. I've never skipped past them. I've always sat there and played through them. But I was really thinking about it, and I think the original God of War series might be my favorite video game story.
Oh wow!
So.
That's weird.
It's the one series where I felt like the term epic wasn't an exaggeration. It was actually epic. So people need to play that game.
No. Let's get this straight. I understand the trilogy is good.
God of War 1, 2, 3 stream, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna do it.
I know the game is good. We're just trying to talk about this new one and why it should exist.
I don't think it should exist, but whatever. Point.
Dang.
Fair enough.
You just want to hold on to the past. I understand.
We focused.
I know. I'm serious. I'm not even kidding.
No.
That's how people are. That's a lot of people are.
Okay, I've spent a lot of time.
I miss Kobe, you know.
I spent a lot of time talking about my the fears and doubts about this game.
Yeah.
Take the podium, Ray. Tell me why you're excited for this game.
I'm excited.
Give us a little background on kind of like your likes and dislikes towards this genre at all, if you want. Because again, my whole point was people who are excited for this game never played the original series. You fall into that category.
Yeah, I played. Like 3 hours of 2, 2 hours of 3.
What?
God of War.
Oh, really?
I didn't hook.
You've touched 2 and 3? I didn't know that.
The original PlayStation 2, and then the remaster for PlayStation 4 for the God of War 3.
Right, because I forced you to.
It didn't hook me for some reason.
It was so epic. How did that not hook you? It just looked so amazing.
It looked amazing.
It's
more like a spectacle. Amazing.
It wasn't just a spectacle, but like you got.
Because I'm not into that Greek mythology too, so you have to know that.
Dude, how are you?
I think it's cool, but I'm not blown away.
We come from different.
No, that's why I understand why you love it so much, and you're saying it's the best video game story or your favorite.
I don't like your tone, Ray.
Story, so.
I'm not loving your tone.
I understand where you're coming from.
Okay, scratch all that. What video game do you think has the greatest story of all time?
Oh, that's tough. I don't even know what to say.
Okay, name me a few good ones.
See, that's the thing. Like my favorite or what I believe. Okay, yeah. Objectively, I guess that's good.
Either or. Pick from either category. Go ahead.
Let's see. In terms of craziness. And this, because you have to, there's so many factors that go into something like this. Nostalgia. If you play a lot of video games in your childhood, this plays that must be the biggest factor of all.
Understood. I love Donkey Kong, and I'm not saying it's the greatest game ever, but I love it because I grew up with it. I understand that. Go ahead.
No, but it is a good game.
It is a good game. I could talk for Donkey Kong for days.
There's Kingdom Hearts.
1 or 2?
1.
Okay.
1.
Okay. I love the first Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
We both do.
I'm talking just story.
Do you think you love it because of the actual overall story? Do you love it just because it's a retelling of the Disney stories?
I remembered when I played that game. It has nothing to do with the game at all. I just remembered the people I played it with, when I played it. I can remember the specific moment I got to a certain world and when I played that game with my brother or whenever, how old I was.
Okay. Do you love the Kingdom Hearts story itself, or did you just like the retelling of Disney movies?
No, the game. I don't
Okay,
care about the Disney
fair enough.
retelling.
Oh,
Again, it's more the
really?
experience with...
I will agree with you on that. The story, not like the overall story, but the storytelling of the first Kingdom Hearts was really good.
Yeah, it was good because it's straightforward too.
You just can't go back to it because the whole camera issue.
Yeah, yeah. Quick aside: when I tried playing the remaster on the PS3 of the Kingdom Hearts 1, I thought my PS3 controller was messed up. I thought
Because
the sticks were broken.
The right stick does not control the camera. It's the L2 and R2 buttons.
I didn't even know that. I was using the sticks. Like,
Did you not
My
do it
controller
as,
broken?
Did you not use control the camera as a kid, or you just didn't remember?
no, I did, but I guess I just forgot.
You just forgot because you didn't know any better.
Yeah, I can't believe because Kingdom Hearts 1 came out a long time ago.
I feel like it wouldn't have taken them too much effort to rewire it for the right stick to control the camera.
Yeah,
I will
but-
give you that. That's the one bad thing about Kingdom Hearts 1.
So all they did was just remaster.
Actually, the one of the three bad things about Kingdom Hearts 1. One was the camera control. 2 was the whale level.
Oh, Monstro was... That's the worst. You're right. Monstro was so bad.
And then 3, this is a personal level for me. The Alice in Wonderland level, just for the fact that I don't like Alice in Wonderland. As a movie.
I don't like
It creeps
I
me
hated
out.
that world. I was
Yeah.
like, let me just get through this.
The shrinking and growing, I get that. That was real creative, but Alice in Wonderland does not sit well with me.
I didn't hate that one. I just wanted to go move on.
But Kingdom Hearts 2, do you still like Kingdom Hearts 2?
It's funny because the story sucked, but the mechanics were better besides the triangle thing. Because at least you can control the camera.
I will argue to the end of my days that Kingdom Hearts 2 was a bad game because of the story and because of the mechanics. It became too
How old
easy.
were you when you played it when it first came out?
9th grade? Yeah, when it first came out. Yep.
Okay, yeah,
Ninth
so
grade.
8th, 9th grade, yeah.
Yeah. So I wasn't
Oh my
too
gosh, so
I wasn't
long ago.
too old to appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know. But it was too button mashy. They added QuickTime events.
I mean, you can say that about God of War.
Yes. Yes,
So,
you can.
so what else do you hate?
God of War was the only game that's ever done QuickTime events correctly, though. I will argue that. But
Oh, no, yeah, they're the ones, that game
They
and
in-
Resident Evil 4.
they invented QuickTime events.
Wait, who invented it? Resident Evil 4? And
Resident Evil 4 came out first, but God of War mastered it.
Perfected, okay.
Yep.
They didn't invent it like Resident Evil 4, but I mean,
perfected it.
they made it like what it should be, and then God of War perfected it.
And then ever since then, everyone
Yeah.
games copying it for the sake of copying
And
it.
then they killed QuickTime because other games
It's
ruined it.
stupid.
yeah.
Yeah. People stick QuickTime events where they don't belong now.
Yeah, and then we have Spider-Man coming out, so we'll see.
Oh, that's the one bummer about Spider-Man, dude.
Yeah, we saw this.
Oh, back to
Yeah,
Kingdom
back
Hearts.
to Kingdom Hearts. Wait, God of War? Kingdom
No,
Hearts?
Kingdom Hearts. We'll circle around back to God of War, but we're going on a tangent that I'm really liking. Maybe
yeah,
we
that's
should
good.
do Kingdom Hearts as a topic one day. But
Part-time nerds. Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts 2 story sucked. Well, you agree with that?
The story sucks, but I
'Cause-
still liked it. I understand it sucked,
And
but
we're not
as a
we're not
kid-
talking about Disney stories. Some of those Disney worlds were great. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh yeah, they're like, whoa, you can have real world live action people in this game.
Yeah. But the actual Sora's story, the way it's tied together with this convoluted whole thing with Organization
they
13.
introduced so many plot points. And yeah, Organization 13, nobody's,
It's
heartless,
weird. Okay.
everybody's. I don't
So
even.
the first game was too hard to control for kids. I'd argue they made it too hard to play, but the story was childish and childish in a good way.
But it was straightforward.
Yep. Second
still
game,
interesting enough.
Second game made the controls and the gameplay so easy that it would only appeal to kids.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine a kid in the world that enjoyed the actual Organization 13 convoluted like
So you add an
tales
act-
of intrigue thing.
Yeah, you just add an X and then, I don't know.
Just add an X. Zemnis, Xehanort,
Roxas? I don't even
Roxas,
I don't even.
Axel.
Damn it.
Oh, that's why I
They
want.
went super anime, even crazier than anime, just convolutedness and just
Yeah, there are good parts to Kingdom Hearts 2.
you can't remember them.
I don't think I'll ever like it as an adult. Again, I'm like you. Kingdom Hearts 1, I tried replaying it. I wanted to like it. I couldn't. Because
But the thing is you can go back and play Kingdom Hearts 2 in terms
okay,
of
Kingdom
controls.
Hearts 1, I want to go back and play, but I can't.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 2, I can go back and play, but I don't want to.
Because of the mechanics, they still hold up enough to replay it.
But I don't want to because of the story.
You're gonna hate 3 because they're not done with this organization crap. Nostalgia is really just I'm gonna carry this game.
I really want to like 3. I'm not excited for it at one bit.
I'm excited. It's the childhood is back.
Because I know that it's gonna emulate 2, not 1.
Well, yeah, because you can't emulate 1 after you introduce all this garbage, all this crazy convoluted
Well, it's not gonna
items.
be. I felt like 1 was very good in terms of challenge. It was
challenge. How so? Well, yeah.
The actual combat was pretty difficult.
Maybe you're just not good. Did you beat Sephiroth?
In 2, not in 1.
Oh, see, I beat because 2 he was way easier than versus how he was in 1.
Well, the problem with 2 is that you could just spam elixirs.
Yeah, 1 was so
There's
hard.
a particular world that you could just cycle through runs like continuously and keep getting elixirs. I think it's the Tron world.
Mm-hmm. That's how you
If you
farm it.
If you go to Tron world, put on your luck weapon on Sora
Weapon.
and the Donald Duck and Goofy.
Yeah.
Pretty much every 3 or 4 enemies you kill will get you an elixir.
He was so hard in 1.
But
both of them still had that Sin Harvest move where your HP just went to 1.
The Sin Harvest move was really easy to avoid in the second one game. Mm-hmm. I don't think I ever even tried fighting him in the first game.
He was so hard. Oh my god.
But anyways, okay. How do we get on to Kingdom Hearts 2?
Childhood nostalgia, baby.
Okay. Anyways, God of War. You were gonna touch on why you like it.
Wait, no, you were telling me video game stories, right?
Oh, right. Okay. That's how. Thank you.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts.
Anything besides Kingdom Hearts?
Kingdom Hearts, obviously, The Last of Us.
I need to sit down with you.
The only problem with that game is just like anything else in the media or people overhyping something.
Do you think it's overhyped?
I think so. People just always say how much they love it, and then when their friend plays it, you gotta play it, and then they expect this and that. And then it just doesn't go well.
I could see why people would love Last of Us. Mm-hmm. So, okay.
And then Red Dead Redemption.
I can't believe they're not planning on making a remake of Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, before the second one comes out. How can they not remaster that? That's just money. That's a cash cow.
I want to play Red Dead. I don't want to play it on a 360. Yeah, the hardware's too old.
The performance was not good. It was so buggy on the 360 and PS3.
In this day and age, buggy. I don't think I could give it a fair shot just due to the controls and the frames.
Super buggy.
But
no, the controls were good.
You should know.
It's just the performance of the frame rate and all that.
I have every reason in the world to love Red Dead Redemption because I love westerns. I love video games.
Yeah, but it's a third-person open world.
It was a third-person open world before it was cool, Ray. So,
no, that's such a good game. But because it was supposed to come out of there. I thought they were teasing it on PC at some point, and they just moved on with something because Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, and they're just like, all right.
Wait, did Red Dead come out after Grand Theft Auto 4?
Yes,
it did.
Yes, it did.
Oh shoot! Huh? I've never touched
yes.
I have never touched a Grand Theft Auto game in my life.
Oh man, 5 is just selling like hotcakes.
Still.
Yeah, because of GTA Online.
Still.
They're just.
What is it like 3?
It's still in like the top 5. Every week or month.
I think
in terms of selling
it's top 1.
I don't know how they're like. Why do they even have to release Red Dead 2? They have this 5 coming.
Okay, Red Dead. Fair enough.
Yeah,
but I love westerns. God, I really wish they would remake it for PC. To be clear, for PC.
No, they were supposed to, or they were teasing it, right? Or people wanted it, and it never happened.
Is Red Dead 2 a Xbox exclusive?
No, it's
multi-platform.
PC. No, they didn't say at launch if it was gonna happen.
But it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen because you saw Grand Theft Auto 5 happen. It's just later.
Well, I might hop into that one because, as I understand it, it's a prequel or a different character.
Yeah, different character, and it's supposed to a prequel.
Okay, perfect. So
I don't know how they're gonna tie this because after playing 1. I hope they don't blow it. Even 1 was so good.
Even if it's a story that I don't like or particularly care about, it'd just be cool just to have an open world western.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption is my favorite game of all time.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think so.
I can respect that. I can understand that. Okay.
The intro to the game, the end of the oh my god.
Red Dead Bebop. That's his game.
Oh yeah, that's my gamer tag. Oh my goodness.
See, while we're on that note, my gamer tag is Newbie Ninja.
There you go.
Favorite game of all time?
You better watch out for us if you're playing some multiplayer game.
Oh, I don't play multiplayer games that often.
You don't have to watch out. Never mind.
Favorite game all time? I get that it's buggy as hell and a lot of people hate it. Ninja Gaiden 2.
Ninja Gaiden 2? Okay.
Best combat in any game ever.
Oh, no, see, the same thing with Red Dead. It's really buggy too, but I still loved it so much. The story was so good. The mechanics with the Deadeye. Oh, my.
Yeah, well, my problem is the only game from your list of good stories is Kingdom Hearts. That's the only game I've ever played and experienced.
No, I preface that with just nostalgia and childhood.
The reason I asked that is, I can honestly say God of War story is better than Kingdom Hearts in my opinion. Mm-hmm. That's the only point I was trying to make.
Oh no, yeah. I mean,
I would have
a preference. Though.
I wished you named more games that I've played.
I'm trying to think of more games, but those are the 3 that come to mind.
Okay, so story. What other things do you like about God of War?
Another story game. But that's just
Go ahead.
More
do
of
it.
a JRPG.
Just do it.
Tales of Vesperia, but that's just the
Tales of what? Vesperia?
Vesperia. It's a 360 exclusive in the US, but I think in Japan it also came out on the PS3.
And it's all region locked.
Yeah.
I've only touched Berseria, so
Oh yeah, that's okay.
you're not helping, Ray.
It's okay.
You're ruining my game. Okay, what else do you like about the new direction of God of War?
Well, yeah, new perspective on Kratos. Focus on story, grounded. See, I don't want to see the word grounded. That just makes it seem like, oh, we want to be realistic.
You say focus on story, but it's not like the original game did not ignore
In terms
story.
of how they do the cinematics.
Focus on storytelling.
Storytelling,
Is
there
your
you
point.
go.
Okay, there you go.
Storytelling.
Not story,
Sorry.
because the first
Yeah,
games have great
The
story.
story could be plot.
Storytelling.
But you could argue because Kratos is one-dimensional. But you say, yes, they explain it. But in terms of just outside looking in and then just playing the first few hours, it just seems you're just this guy.
That's why I equate so much of this God of War thing to being the same equivalent as, say, Last of Us, because it's a third-person perspective.
But the thing is, it's so
storytelling.
different. It's completely different.
Fine.
I played the full Last of Us. They're obviously taking influences from The Last of Us. But
Yes.
this could be completely different because this is God of War. I saw the first 3 trilogies.
What do you mean you saw it?
Not saw it, but I mean, I understand the first trilogy is all about this angry guy. No, I'm saying this is completely different.
Filthy casual.
No, I'm just saying The Last of Us is like this could happen in a real world event, and then God of War is just this mythos.
Mm-hmm.
So it's completely different. They're just taking influences from The Last of Us in terms of storytelling.
The storytelling
Style.
devices.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, see, that's why you're here. You're the host. You're the mostest.
I'm the hostess with the mostest. I'm not the host. I am the creator.
Yeah, but no,
No,
exactly.
I'm kidding. No.
They're taking the storytelling devices. That's exactly how I wanted to put it. That's
I don't mean to cut you off, but I want to make it clear. I brought the idea of this podcast up to you, but we both had the idea independently before we talked to each other.
no, yeah.
This wasn't my bright idea. Oh, and then you came along for the ride. So
I think this is going longer than we actually predicted. This is good. God of War, man. Good job. Good to you.
As I'd like to remind everybody, about 45 minutes ago, I was worried that we did not have anything to talk about.
And we're about an hour in. Oh, my.
nice.
Wow.
It's fine. We'll fix it in post.
Oh, and also,
Okay.
this new God of War, the way it's just closed in over the shoulder.
In terms of like the FOV, how close it is to the character.
Over the shoulder.
Is it visceral?
Has that visceral feedback. With that axe, I'm telling you, if their sound design team does work on this game too, it's gonna sound great.
From what I've seen with the way that combat of the axe, the axe seems real floaty to me so far.
Wait, how do you? Oh, really? Okay.
Whenever I see him swinging the axe, it doesn't feel like he's connecting. It doesn't feel like I'm in the action. It just feels like he's waving a flag. That's what I can tell from so far from the trailers.
Okay, but also we have preface. He loves 3, the original trilogy. And, I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna like this game. I just want to like this game.
Yeah, I don't know if I can say I want to like this game. I want to give it a fair shot.
You're afraid that it's gonna be really good, and then people love this style of God of War than the original.
Huh.
That's what you're afraid of.
I'm going to have to think that one over. You might be right on that.
Yeah, because I feel the same way with. Can't think of the other. Games.
I'm not afraid that it's going to be better,
Yeah.
but I'm afraid that people are only getting...
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're afraid that this is only going to be people's experience of God of War, and they're going to automatically assume that the original trilogy is worse without ever actually playing it.
Stuff like that, exactly. Like the new generation coming in, like new basketball players. You only like that era.
I'm not afraid of being wrong. I'm afraid of ignorance on
not
other
wrong.
people's
Yeah,
parts.
that too.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
like-
just- sorry, scratch that statement. Sounded cocky.
That's what I wanted to say.
Ray,
Well,
fix
that's
my
part of
statement so I don't
argument.
sound like a
Nope,
butthole.
That's part of my argument. Also with like, people loving The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. What about the old stuff like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask? Same thing.
Okay,
Same
to make
thing.
it clear, I'm okay with people loving this more, but in order for people to say this is better than the original trilogy, you have to come and tell me that you've played the original trilogy.
If they could get through it, because the genre, it could be so stylistically different that it's just a subjective thing.
Fair enough.
Because this feels like a completely different genre. And that's why you don't like it. You're not into that genre.
So you love it. Okay.
No, I don't love it. I don't know. We'll see. I
You
want
love
to like it.
You love the visceral feel. What?
No,
have
I
you
just wanted to insert that visceral feedback.
What have you seen from the axe in particular? Because it seems really floaty to me. Why does it seem like it's impactful to you? I don't see it being impactful in terms of like what the
You
feel.
got to watch it on a big screen. You got to have the sound system on.
I got all-
And you have to play the actual game with the controller in your hand.
I got
Until
all
then,
that.
I don't know. You played it?
So
I don't know.
I'm assuming that's the feel you get from playing Bloodborne.
It depends on the weapon.
Depends on the
That's more about just the. I don't know how to.
I've never.
That's
touched
another.
Bloodborne.
That's another genre in itself.
Oh yeah. Well, you're excited for the game?
No, I'm excited because I've
Anything you're excited for? Anything else?
games or
No,
God of
God
War.
of
God of War. Storytelling, this over the shoulder type of grounded. I don't want to say grounded, but it is more grounded because he's older.
Fair enough.
And the mechanics, how they're implementing the mechanics, he feels more grounded.
Ooh, actually, that's one of my dislikes.
What I'm afraid
He
of,
feels more grounded, but why would you want to ground mythology?
No, that's what I'm saying. This is my point is they've done what they've done with the original trilogy.
They're still doing mythology, though. This is Norse mythology.
No, but that's a plot thing.
But it's not like Norse
That's a
mythology.
background story.
Norse mythology is not more grounded in real world
With
than
the
Greek.
That's why I didn't want to say the word grounded. And I'm not saying it's realistic. I'm saying Kratos is a different character in this game.
I would agree with you that from what we've seen from the trailers, this game does seem more grounded.
Yeah, grounded like combat or mechanics or something.
But I don't see how they're going to tie that into Norse mythology if
They're
they're
not.
going super
No, that's
realistic.
not what I meant. I'm not saying it's real. It's a freaking video game with the Norse mythology. The mechanics is like a grounded type of third person over the shoulder, like The Last of Us. But it's still they're saying it's supposed to be still fast, somewhat fast. And
the point you're trying to make is that the action and the way it controls is more Jason Bourne action than it is like versus Hong Kong action movies.
It's not over the top, but it has that slow, methodical type of action.
Realistic.
But it's not realistic, but you know what I mean.
I getcha. This isn't a joke, but visceral is the right term.
That's why I wanted to try and describe it without saying the word visceral. God.
You're chasing that feeling
Yeah.
of the original Bourne trilogy because Jason Bourne, the fourth movie, was not good.
We'll see, God of War.
It was.
But yeah, what I dislike though, I don't know how they're gonna implement the sun mechanic.
Oh, you have dislikes for the new God of War
the
games?
sun mechanic.
I wouldn't have guessed.
Oh my gosh.
You seem like you love it so much.
I want to love it. That's why I don't want to get over.
Yeah, there's
too
this
hyped.
weird. What was this an official announcement where they're gonna have a button dedicated to the sun?
Oh, I don't know. See, that's what I'm afraid of.
I heard that news. That sounds like a gimmick.
We'll see. That's what I'm afraid of.
And the sun seems just so whiny to me.
I know if he gets too whiny, that's gonna be bad too.
If what they're going for is his development from a whiny little kid to like this hero, it sounds like they're leaning really heavy towards the whiny end right now.
Yeah, but Ellie sounded whiny too in the trailers. In The Last of Us, Joel and Ellie had one of the best relationships in video games.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I had heard nothing of The Last of Us in terms of any news or any trailers until my roommate sat me down and said, "Play this game."
Oh no, I mean,
I didn't hear
the original Last of Us.
Yeah, I never heard of any hype about it. The first time I heard about it is when my roommate said, "Sit down and try to play this game." I didn't listen to him.
There was hype because it's Naughty Dog. They came off of Uncharted.
Uncharted,
they have a new IP. Let's see how it is, and then people are hyped.
I've always been more of an Insomniac kind of guy.
Spider-Man's coming.
I keep forgetting that Spider-Man's Insomniac. It just so doesn't seem
No, Sony's lucky. They have all these different teams, different genre types
that are doing the same games.
They're not doing the same games.
Same games.
How? They're third person?
Horizon Zero Dawn, Naughty Dog.
That's completely different.
It's all
so different.
It's all the same, Ray.
It's so different. I mean, you're just on your PC. How do you know? It's so different.
That's fair. I do have a much more narrow perspective because I don't have consoles.
But no, everyone's lucky. There's a variety here. Unfortunately, yeah, the hack and slash. They have Bayonetta.
It doesn't feel like there's a variety.
There is a variety.
My
Besides the
greatest-
hack and slash. But you never know. Devil May Cry's coming. And then Bayonetta 3, obviously.
My greatest genre love is dying, and I don't know what to do.
What? All right, cut it.
I need a moment, Ray. Okay, Devil May Cry, DMC Devil May Cry, trash.
Yeah.
Complete
Oh,
trash.
the new Devil...
There is no new. It's all rumors.
E3's coming. Watch this.
I would love to see a new Capcom Devil May Cry, but I don't think Devil May Cry 4 made them any money.
It's coming. The rumors are... Look, Mega Man... I don't know which Mega Man it is. 11? Whatever. The new Mega Man's coming. And this is Capcom, the money guy. One of the money guys. And they're coming
Capcom's
back.
been struggling financially for the last few years.
Yeah, and it's amazing that they're... All right, we'll do it. We're going to do a sequel to Mega Man. So you never know with the rumors of Devil May Cry, and then they just released this remaster.
Okay, well let me go back
For
to
4?
my point about grieving. DMC Devil May Cry happened, terrible, almost killed the entire franchise. I think at this point I'd still consider it killed until it comes back for sure. Ninja Gaiden 3, terrible. Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge kind of saved it. It brought it back to its roots-ish, but there's still a lot of problems with it. The base game it's built off was still terrible. Ninja Gaiden Z, awful. And that's the only Ninja Gaiden on PC.
Which one's Z? Is that like
It's
based
like-
off the first one or what?
No, Ninja Gaiden Z is just this new property they had with this new character that's like, it's like an anime style game,
really?
and it's him fighting zombies.
Oh, what the?
Yeah, it has
Is it the same developer, original team, or?
Yeah, Team Ninja. But it has nothing to do with anything Ninja Gaiden. None of the same characters. Ryu makes a little cameo, and then the rest of the movies is like this. Imagine like every bad assumption you would have about God of War, where it's nothing but him killing. It's like a anime Dynasty Warriors, but Ninja Gaiden Z, no good. Bayonetta, excellent.
Yeah, Bayonetta 3.
And then it became a Nintendo exclusive.
Yeah, because
I don't have
Nintendo's like,
access to
we gotta get them.
And I understand that's fair enough because Nintendo was the only developer willing to pay for it.
And Nier Automata, why don't you play that if you're so hyped about these type of games?
That's on my list.
If you're a fan, you gotta support it, or else they're not gonna make the game.
That's on my list.
Like-
No, I did support it. I bought the game.
There you go.
I have it.
Okay, there you go. Okay,
That's the one
that.
saving grace is Platinum Games.
Platinum Games, baby. They know
Metal Gear Rising is the only Metal Gear game I've ever played.
another Platinum Games.
But Metal Gear Rising is awesome.
No, it's a good game.
I haven't gotten around to Nier Automata, but I did buy it, and I will get around to it.
There you go. You gotta support the game if you want them to release more of these types of games.
And now this deal happening with God of War, they're not making those games anymore. So what do I got, Ray? I got Platinum Games and nothing else.
If this doesn't work out, you never know. Maybe
The rich get richer, man.
No, that's why you got. I guess that's those types of games. I see them as. I remember there's like huge part of the PS2 era.
Yes.
What else was that?
God Hand.
What else type of game? I don't know. The old PlayStation and PS2 genre or eras. Yeah. It's all about that action type now.
Did you cover everything you wanted to talk about in terms of God of War and why you're excited for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we've expressed our opinions on this
Okay.
topic.
Well, on that note, I would say we will find out because we will be attempting. I don't know if you've ever streamed before. This will be my first stream, but we will try to be playing God of War together.
This will be my second stream.
Yeah, we're gonna sit
Yeah.
through and play that entire game together. So we'll
Yeah.
find out.
Look out for that. We'll plug it in. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're gonna keep plugging.
But yeah, just wrap it up.
Okay, 4:20 is when it comes out.
420's and I believe is a Friday.
That night we're streaming.
That night. I don't care what happens.
Yep.
I want to take a day off.
8 p.m. Pacific time, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
want to take a day off Friday.
Okay.
I kind of want to, but then it's like, oh, 420, Raymond. What are you doing, Raymond?
420.
My boss is, come on, no, God of War. Come on.
Okay, let's set it now. 4:20.
Yeah.
Friday night.
Oh my God.
8 p.m. Pacific time.
Pacific's the only time that matters.
all day.
All day. All day. Give me cookie. Got your cookie, man.
New girl. In case you don't understand that reference.
But yeah, like you were saying, Red Dead Redemption is my favorite game of all time right now. That's why I'm extremely excited for Red Dead Redemption 2 later this year if it comes out.
Is it a third-person shooter, or is it?
Yeah.
It controls exactly like GTA, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Third person. Yep.
Just different setting.
Different setting, but mechanically, there's also little things that make it and nuanced
Yeah,
things.
obviously. Yeah.
And then
Kingdom Hearts. We both dislike.
Kingdom Hearts, nostalgia, childhood. You always gotta bring me back. And then with God of War, I understand Santa Monica. They're trying to do a new style and genre with God of War. They have the original trilogy and the side games. They want to separate themselves. That's my opinion. So that's why I'm giving their God of War 4 mainline a shot. So we'll see what happens April 20th.
They're excited for it. Well, that's a wrap on this episode. Again, we understand that we did jump around a lot, but you gotta understand, we walked into this one just completely empty,
we don't even
devoid of energy. We were defeated by the audio setup.
gain, fade. I don't even.
We couldn't figure that out. And then we also did not know what we were going to talk about, so we completely winged this one.
And this might be the longest one in terms of the raw recording.
Yeah, we'll see.
I
But
don't know. We'll see.
Hopefully you enjoyed coming along for the ride, and we will catch you next time.
Yeah, please follow us at PT Nerds on Twitter, and have a good one.
This has been Part-Time Nerds, Episode 5, God of War.